of like the 10 monks, between 10 or 12 monks that died in Thailand during the Waffle Peace recently? No, they're not associated with the Waffle Peace USA. They were Tutanga monks. They were Thai forest monks. Were walking in the city of Udon, Thani, something, and a 11-year-old took a truck. Wow. It appeared on the video because the speed of the monks were like 2 miles an hour, and it appeared like the truck hit them at like at least 60 miles an hour. And 10 of them died, 10 or 12, and I don't even know the body count because it changes because, some were in hospitals. But this goes back to the teaching of karma. Remember the Buddha passed away, Buddha was also subject to his karma. At least 9 recorded karmic events on the Buddha after he became Buddha. And, Thai forest beings are very, very much holy beings because they practice like they're really hardcore monks. Really hardcore, like no shoes, like barefoot, eat once a day, sleep upright, 90 degrees. They don't even lay down and sleep upright. They meditate underneath the tree. They do exactly what was described in the Tutanga methodology and tradition. So the fact that they were trying to purify their minds, purify their karma, even they couldn't escape even some of the most horrific deaths. And of course, the existence of cell phones. Somebody ran over there, and I seen it, and I watched it. We ran over there, and one of the older monks, he was fully.
Dark and twisted things whenever you're in the battlefield to ensure your safety. But when it comes to them, like, this is someone who would be so fine with you taking their ticket, right? That's the way that they stay safe. You stay safe because you fight, because you battle, because you are a conqueror, you're a warrior. And with them, they stay safe because they dodge it. And yeah, at the end of the day, you're both safe, I guess. But it makes everyone in their life in more danger because of them. You may do some insane nonsense to ensure that you survive, but they have no honor. And you might be embarrassing, right? Like you might be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. That was pretty like psychotic. That's embarrassing. I can't believe I had to go that far to do that awful thing. But they have no honor. And I'm just feeling like what we're going to do now is that they're great to get themselves and more mentally outspoken and wild and just very in-your-face embarrassing. But worse than that, be cowards that have no concern will never be their own. And for them to tell you like that's their big thing, they want to just say they want to dress, they want to serve, they want to be so much
nice this would be after the event. So just kind of looking for your advice on that, or if you've experienced it before, just let me know. If not, that's cool too.
The question is, what happens socially to the person who says out loud the thing that everybody agreed not to notice? So if this movie felt original, and it's not, it's the newest reprint of a story that has no original, which, given what the story is about, might be the most on-the-nose thing in this whole video. Plato told this story using a cave. Prisoners chained to a wall, they're watching shadows, and they're certain that the shadows are the world. And then one of them escapes and goes out into the sun, and when he comes back to tell the others, they're not excited at all. They want to kill him. And this is written 2,400 years ago, and Plato already got the punchline. The cave trains people to experience rescue as an attack. So the Gnostics took Plato's two worlds and made it a lot of dark. The lower world, which they call purgatory, isn't just shadows like in Plato's cave. It's a prison with a builder and an architect. And the only way out is through direct knowing. Not information, but knowing. And there's a huge difference there. If you look at the Matrix, they put the whole thing in sunglasses, and then they hid Neo's contraband inside of a hollowed out copy of a book about fake realities. This is called Jean Baudrillard's Simulacra and Simulation. Then you have Cypher sweating over a steak that he knows is fake, and he chooses it anyway. He says something like ignorance is bliss in this movie. So you have the cave, the demiurge, the Matrix, the film, and the Truman Show. 4 versions, 24 centuries. These are authors who never met and obviously couldn't have. There's a fingerprint here. The exact shape consciousness makes every time that it notices the cage a little bit. And every one of these stories agrees on the one thing the inspirational crowd leaves off the movie poster. Getting out hurts. Plato's prisoner is blinded by the sun for a long time. Neo instantly starts vomiting. Truman loses his wife, his best friend, his town, his father twice, and every comfortable idea that he ever had about who he was. Waking up is a demolition. That's why people choose the stake. That's why most people, even if you handed them the keys to the door, they would grab those keys right out of your hand and lock it from the inside. So here's the part of the story that left the theater. A few years after this movie came out, psychiatrists started seeing something new. Patients walking in convinced that their lives were a television show. Hidden cameras, scripted families, and an audience out there somewhere watching. There were enough of these cases that the condition got a name. It's in the literature. They call it the Truman Show delusion. I want you to sit for a second in what's happened since then. In 1998, believing that you were constantly watched, recorded, and sold to strangers was a symptom. Today, it's a terms of service agreement. Your phone knows where you slept, your TV reports what you watch, your searches are a sales file that someone sells that has your name on it. The patients didn't get crazier. The entire planet closed the gap between all of that. And the rest of this old map is landing the exact same way. Trust in the whole arrangement is just bleeding out around the entire world right now. We have younger generations that are walking off their jobs their parents performed without question. We have political outsiders surging on every wing, left and right. And I don't care which one makes you cheer. That's not a verdict on any of them. It's a symptom reading there. The way that a fever is not a disease, but it tells you there is one. And the people who run the set, the stage, are offering 2 exits. Both of them are there, 2 exits. You can go deeper in, like the metaverse, the VR, the AI rendered everything, or back toward whatever's still real and unfilmed. So the Truman Show dome in our reality is starting to get strained, big time. The shadows on the cave wall are starting to glitch, and right now, more people are seeing the scene at once than the operators know how to explain away. And when the comfort stops holding the herd together, the operators always reach for the exact same
for somebody here. You work with Archangel Michael, and there are some religious people. I'm getting something specifically like Catholic. Take it if it resonates. I don't have to be Catholic though, but you have people, religious people like Archangel Michael. That person is a liar because they are. I just thought it was kind of funny for somebody here. Just letting you know that that's what's going on. Maybe not the most helpful message, but entertaining, right?
I'm not good with medical stuff. I don't have the stomach for it. But Amazon Health AI looks at your health history so you get personalized care. I'd like to be treated like a person.
If you encounter someone who has a tattoo that's kind of dark, things like a snake or a skull, things that are evil and scary, oftentimes what you will find as you get to know them is that they're actually like very warm and gentle people. Alternatively, if you meet someone who has a tattoo of something good and positive, like a lion or a butterfly, you'll kind of they're not always great people. They're not. Every girl that I have ever dated with a serpent was a certified sweetheart. Every girl I've ever dated with a butterfly was a monster. I don't know why this is, but it is.
And see, here's another thing too. A lot of people have never dealt with mind control or mental manipulation. But it's still out here. That MK Ultra was still being done in Pennsylvania. They're actually, they did it to me. They did it to me. I survived it though. With God. I would have never made it out of that without God. These people I've learned, they brought military tactics to innocent citizens. They've gone through people's medical records, just like with my son. My son had a horrible head injury when he had his car accident in Arizona, and these people took advantage of it. They used his medical records, and they've been playing with his mental for the last almost 3 years, probably 5 years. But these people thought that I would never speak on it. These people thought because they are retired veterans, because that's mostly what's up here near where I am. I did not know that a lot of these people are Masons. I did not know none of the things that I have learned. I did not know any of these things. But now I do. Now my son has been homeless for 2 years for no reason. He's been sleeping in his car. I've even had to sleep in the car with him sometimes because I too went through the same thing. Now, how is this possible? We ain't did nothing to nobody. Check my records. These were illegal things being done to us, and they're still being done as I speak. We went to court yesterday, like I told them. And you saw the video I made about us going to court. My son came out of the courtroom with me. So if these people aren't doing something corrupt, what's going on? Nobody's assisting us. These people are walking around like it was normal to just take a person from a house that they purchased, not that he rented, a house he purchased, just take reasons why you should be afraid. Let them. People can only speak from what they know, and they don't know what's been planted inside of you. They can't see the quiet conversations you've had with spirit. They can't hear your ancestors whispering courage into your soul. They're looking at your life with yesterday's eyes while you're being called into tomorrow. You've changed. And if you're feeling a little uncomfortable, a little uncertain, that's all right. That's what becoming feels like. Transformation isn't neat. It doesn't arrive with a map. Sometimes you won't even recognize yourself, and that's a good sign. It means you've outgrown who you used to be. I want to tell you something. There comes a season when an elder has to stop asking for permission to become who she was born to be. There comes a season when you have to trust the spirit placed in you more than the fears that other people place in you. Some folks will love you and still not understand your path. Some will try to protect you from the very thing you were sent here to do. Know the difference. Bless them and keep walking. You don't have to explain your calling to people who were never given the assignment. This is your life, not your mother's life, not your father's life, not your children's lives, not your spouse's life, yours. And if spirit and your ancestors have opened a door for you, don't stand outside, because someone else is afraid to walk through it. You keep going. One day, what looks foolish today will look like wisdom. What they question will become the very thing they admire. Until then, listen closely, trust what has been awakening inside you. Your life has been preparing you for this moment all along. And I want you to know something. I believe in you. I love you. Yeah, I do. And if you want to go deeper and let your ancestors help you along the path, click on the link in my bio and grab the ancestor meditation. I love you. How are you?
following morning, he placed an identical painting in the same square. But this time, the note said, if you find any mistake, please correct it. Brushes and paints are provided. When the painter returned that evening, the painting was untouched. Not one person had changed a single brushstroke. His friend looked at him and said, people are always ready to point out what is wrong. But very few have the knowledge, courage, or ability to make it right. Criticism is easy. Contribution is difficult. So, before allowing someone's opinion to define your worth, ask yourself one question. Can they offer a better solution, or are they simply pointing at the problem?
silence had become my native language. I learned it early. Growing up in Jackson, Mississippi, where questions echo louder than answers, a little boy looking out the window, waiting for a mother who wasn't always there, searching for a father whose face I had never known. Tell me, how do you learn your worth when the people meant to teach you are chapters missing from the story? I became familiar with empty chairs, birthday wishes whispered to the ceilings, conversations I rehearsed with people who never showed up. For years, my voice wasn't gone. It was buried beneath abandonment, buried beneath wondering was I enough, buried.
This woman just invaded hell, and hell is losing. Painted in 1563 by Peter Bruegel the Elder, De la Griet, or Mad Meg, depicts a figure from Flemish folklore leading an army of women to pillage the underworld itself. Look at her. She wears male armor, a breastplate, a mailed glove, a metal cap, carries a sword, and a basket overflowing with stolen goods. She isn't fleeing hell, she is robbing it. Now look at the creature at her feet, an egg-shaped body, eyes pressed into its torso, a spoon jammed into it, and it's carrying a dish. This is Bruegel's language, borrowed directly from Hieronymus Bosch. The egg represents spiritual corruption. The spoon and dish represent gluttony. It's a demon built entirely from the sin it punishes. Now look at the demons in the chaos behind her. They are male. Some of them are being tied up by women. In 1563, there was a Flemish proverb of his time that said, "One woman makes a din, 5 women make an army, and against 6, the devil himself has no weapon." Bruegel didn't just illustrate that proverb, he painted its consequences. Meg is already carrying more than she can hold, and she is still marching forward for more. And this is only 3 symbols in a painting that contains dozens. Every corner of this canvas is hiding something. That's a whole other reel. Bruegel wasn't just painting a folk legend. He was painting greed. He was painting chaos. He was painting us. Most people will look at this painting and see madness. You now see every sin hiding inside it. The hidden language of symbols gives you that for every painting you will ever see. Link in my bio.
This message is for you. If you have, and forgive me for putting it like this, but I don't know how else to put it. You have healed so hard, like you have healed so hard, like you've taken it to an expert level of healing. You have essentially been mastering the art, the skill, the science of healing. And it started with you, but I feel like you can do it with more people now. But anyway, what I'm hearing is you have healed so hard that you have become your own father. Not like you literally physically became your own father, but energetically, spiritually, in all ways, outside of this physical plane, you became your own father. And I don't know if you have this here. Opens 3 swords in reverse, and your pen in reverse, and with 7 of pentacles. He's pulling the first 4 out, just screaming instructions. No shit. No shit. But this is very much that. Like, there was no guidebook. There was no map for this. There was no instructions. There was nothing. You had to figure this out very much on your own. There was no, like, guidance here, like, greater guidance, bigger guidance, sort of like a larger compass that you had, that you could rely on. It was you. You were the compass. Like, you and I'm being drawn to, like, all of these little circles here. It's like you had to rely on your own sense of direction. Here's where it gets interesting. As your own father, it's like you set up this system of education for yourself. And again, this reading of this channel is coming with so many things that I don't know quite how to put into words. And they sound weird when I say them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say them because it's just like, we got the Queen of Wands, which was in between the Tower and the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is like you set up a system of education for yourself. Like you set up a system of learning, a system of it's like a system of growth, really, because this isn't all like cerebral learning. This is very much learning about life, learning about emotions, learning about, and then actual like literal
you're going to win it. Okay, there are going to be a lot of apologies for this stuff, but the judges are like, really wanting you to kind of jail. Wanting to be able to condemn you to the mistakes that a lot of people make the same mistakes that you have made. Okay, this judge is also realizing these people that went against you are a bunch of hypocrites, frauds. Okay, so yeah, this takedown is happening and it's happening now. I feel like all of this will be finalized and complete and yeah, come 2028. But yeah, you have a team behind you. But yeah, that's what I was channeling a minute ago, and yeah, I knew you needed to hear it. So you're smiling. By the way, all day today I have smiles on my face, and the glimmer, spirit, trust that we're just smiling. You really don't have any reason, or you don't know why you're smiling. But the angels are like, look, we got you, okay? So continue to smile. You are absolutely wonderful, and you made it through some things a lot of people did not make it through, guys. And if no one's ever told you, I'm proud of you. Okay, spirit is proud of you. Okay? But yeah, God bless you, man. I will say this though. Nobody should be condemned for mistakes that they've made, okay, in the past while we were learning, when we did not know then what we know now. So keep on pushing forward and do not give up. God bless you.
5 years ago, I rented an old building at the edge of the village that nobody wanted and turned it into a B&B. Over the past 5 years, I turned it into a tourist hotspot that was fully booked every day. But the landlord had his eye on all of it. So perfect timing. I need to talk to you about something. Go ahead. Our lease is up at the end of the month, right? Yes, I've been thinking. I'm not renting the building out anymore. I'm taking it back and running it myself. For 5 years, I handled the electrical work, plumbing, waterproofing, drainage, ventilation, dehumidifying system, decor, platform accounts, and customer operations. And the rent, $300,000 the first year, with a 10% increase every year. Have I ever shorted you a cent? Rent is rent. The building is still mine. Sue, don't think you're that important. Without my building at the edge of the village, would your B&B be where it is today? That's enough. You're an outsider, but you really think you're a local now. Take my advice. Go back home and marry an honest man. A woman who hustles too much scares men off. Okay, I understand. Good. Let's part on decent terms. Don't make this ugly. Honey, let's go. Yeah, you're really agreeing to this? They're basically robbing you. Yeah, fine. 5 years ago, this building had a great location, but it sat low in the sea area damp. The regular drains clogged every peak season. Replacing a few pipes did nothing. The problem was the whole building's drainage and ventilation. So I bit the bullet and hired an overseas team to install an imported external drainage, ventilation, and dehumidifying system. That's what finally stopped the backups, odors, and dampness. And I personally fixed the cabinets, bedding, diffusers, and lighting. All they see is that one room going for $8,088 a night. What they don't see is how I spent 5 years getting guests to come back. They want the building back? Fine. But I'm taking the most important things with me. Suyan, why are you calling this late? Did something happen? The landlord wants the building back. They're taking over your B&B. Yeah. Do they know you installed the system? The system can be removed, but it has to be done properly. Take photos before, seal everything afterward, and leave a hand
the review said. If that's a deal breaker, I won't waste your time. Peak season is the worst, right? More guests means more water use, and by nighttime the smell comes up. It's not one bad pipe. The drainage and ventilation systems can't handle it. You really know this stuff? I've dealt with it before. Can we go up to the roof? Sure, I'll show you. You can watch the sunset from here. The view is decent, but nobody wants to come this far in. Other people think it's too far. But the farther out it is, the quieter it gets. Mr. Lin, can the courtyard be renovated? Sure, as long as you don't touch the main structure. Can the shuttle park at the entrance to the alley? Yes, we only have to walk 3 or 4 minutes. Give me a copy of the plans. You're seriously interested? I need to run the numbers first. Yeah, fixing this place up won't be any easier than a building at the edge of the village. Nobody thought the old building would work either when we took it over 5 years ago. The plans may not be exact, but take them and look them over. Mr. Lin, if I rent it, I want all of these issues clearly written into the lease. What are you asking for rent? This place is much cheaper than the other one. $280,000 a year. I've laid out all the problems. If you have a plan, we'll put everything in writing. If I take this step, I'll burn through the rest of my money. I'll go home, run the numbers, and get back to you soon. Yanyan, why are you calling this late? Did something happen? Mom, I may need to find a new place. The landlord won't renew the lease. Don't hold it in. If you want to cry, cry. I'm not crying. I just might not have enough money. The new place is $280,000 a year. The system has to be reconnected, the equipment has to be moved, and the rooms need to be redone. I'm short on cash. Ask her how much she needs. The money you've sent us over the past few years, plus our savings, comes to a little over $500,000. Mom, that's for your retirement. Your dad and I don't need that much. If you're not ready to give up, take it. Mom, what if I lose it all this time? Even if you don't make it back, it's okay. As long as you come home. This time I'm taking back everything that belongs to me. One piece at a time. Mom, look at this style. White walls, strip lighting, a pool. Any photo of it will go viral. See, I think Steve Nestin sounds great. It feels upscale. I want that influencer vibe young people love. Don't start throwing money around. Dad, money is made, not saved. If Suyan could charge $8,888 for the rooftop room, why can't we do it with our own building? Exactly. She used to make all the money while we watched. Once she leaves, we change the sign, get some influencers to film here, and the guests will still come. Dad, just watch. Our B&B will be a hit without her. Mr. Lin, I'll rent the place. Sure, this place has a lot of issues. I'm sure. Put everything in the lease. The drainage, the ventilation, what can be changed and what can't. Good. Put it all in writing and everyone can rest easy. Yeah, are we really starting over here? Yeah, this is where we start. Eric, we found the place. Come take a look when you get here. Okay, Lou, submit the address change request on the platform tomorrow. Put together the returning guest list and customer service records too. What about the old address? Don't make a public announcement yet. Once the new place is ready for guests, we'll notify the regulars one by one. Got it, yeah? They can keep the building. I'll build my own future from here. Wow, you're moving over a dozen comforters, and you brought this many people? I've not all of these before. I knew you'd keep score. You won't even leave a dozen comforters behind. Mom, ignore her. Let her do whatever she wants. She can't take the building with her. Suyan, you're taking the water heaters too? Lee Kian, I bought these commercial temperature-controlled water heaters. Why can't I take them? They're installed in my family's building, so they're ours. I'm not touching the old pipes. I'm only taking the equipment I bought. Sue, there's no need to make things this ugly. You're leaving anyway. Leave a few things behind, as a favor to me. I've been doing you favors for 5 years. Suyan, you're taking all these beds. You want to leave every room empty? I paid top dollar for the bed frames, mattresses, and bedding.
That is your great feature. Have you seen this feature? Have you used this feature? Let's get into this because the grid feature is one of the greatest ways to be seen on this app. First of all, share this out. Don't be selfish. You want to save this, you're going to need a reference back because we're looking for that grid feature. We're going to learn how to use it. Here we go. Hit your plus, slide over to photo. Click photo. Over here, you're going to see the
You know, me and my daughter were talking this morning, and she said something to me that was interesting. She said, you know, Mom, I'm beginning to see why you feel like you do about socializing with people and why you're such a loner. And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah, it's a lot to deal with. And I was like, yeah. And, you know, I thought, well, you know what? I've never really fully explained this to you. I was telling her this. And I was saying, it's not that I don't like people. It's not that I don't love people. It's not that I don't care about people. A lot of times I pray for people and I think about people and wish them the best, and they never know it. They will never, ever know it. But this is the thing that I've found for me. It's complicated. People are complicated. They complicate things. It can be something, let's say just working together on something. Say you're working with another person.
Power off.
I am opening the power options menu for you.
I lose. I lose. They're probably gonna kill me, they said. Everybody was like liking the upcoming event. I really do. Really. I can't believe I have been targeted my whole life to do this shit. Isn't it crazy? Who would have thought that they'd kill me like that? I had never had thought in my mind going about life thinking la-di-da-di-da-di. Yeah. Sure enough, it was not that way at all. Never was and never was. Just going through life, skippity-doo-dah. Bam. I was like, when did this